Howdy y'all, got Bulldog on the channel. Another example of unnecessary labor time. All I gotta do, this is the vehicle I had earlier this week. He has not come picked it up because might as well just leave it here because we found more problems. It's got an antifreeze leak. I was changing the oil, I noticed some antifreeze, followed it up, found the problem, and it's going to be a big job. It's got water pump leaking, and water pump is driven off the timing belt, so the whole front of the engine has to come off. Well, looky here, down here all this has to come off. We've got a space in here. You've got to have a lot of room to work on these. You can't try to force your way down in here. All this stuff's going to have to move so that we get the angle in here to work on. That means these AC lines have to come out. That means we have to recover the refrigerant out of it and then put it back when we're done. Now, on several different applications, these AC lines do not run right straight across like this one does. They will run the AC lines up the side of the radiator support, around the fender, and across the strut brace, the strut tower, and then back in there. That makes the AC lines very difficult to do. But you very rarely have to do them. So this is a regular maintenance item. This is a timing belt. You have to do this every time you do a timing belt. You might have to change an AC line once in its life, maybe. This is kind of an example of just lazy engineering. Yeah, they were probably told to do that, save money, save time at the factory, 30 seconds a vehicle. But every time this service is done, it means more work. More work means it costs more for the customer, needlessly. There's no point. There was plenty of room, which is, some slight modifications, and it's not like we're talking about modifying what's there. We're talking about in the design phase, you can do it a little differently because you haven't made anything yet. You can make it however you want to do. So, rather than designing something that's going to cause additional labor costs over the entire life of the vehicle, you could change it just a little bit to make the cost of ownership lower so that people keep their cars. You don't want to do that, do you? You want it to cost as much as you possibly can so that people will trade it off onto a new one that's worse than what they got before. Let me know your thoughts. Comment, subscribe, hit that like button. Starting to get a little traction on here. Thank you. Maybe if I can get enough traffic, I can slow down on these jobs and not bust a blood vessel in my head. We'll talk to you later.